Thank you, Mr. Pern, for your kind introduction. And thank you to the university faculty, staff, alumni, students, guests, and my parents for attending. And congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Keener. I am honored to have the opportunity to speak with all of you this evening. I sort of always knew that I would attend the University of Scranton. I was born and raised in Pittston, Pennsylvania, and I graduated as valedictorian from Pittston Area High School in 2016. My mom was a member of the first ever physical therapy class at the U and always spoke fondly about her Scranton days. My 3 older brothers also received presidential scholarships to attend Scranton. My brother Kevin is now a primary care physician, my brother Brian was an attorney, and Chris is currently a 4th-year medical student on the residency interview trail. I saw the doors Scranton had opened for them and knew that if I chose to attend the U, that I would be on a great path. It was not that Scranton was the only desirable path laid in front of me. I had received a guaranteed seat to medical school through another undergraduate institution and acceptances to multiple prestigious universities. What set Scranton far above these other offers was my presidential scholarship. I vividly remember the night I received a phone call from Joe Roback as I was spending a late night at the high school. I called my mom to tell her the news, and when I got home for the night, there was a congratulations cake on the table. I was going to attend Scranton. My biggest hesitation in choosing Scranton was the feeling that I was not blazing my own trail. I did not want to be known as my brother's little sister for 4 years. Thankfully, Scranton has countless diverse opportunities to pursue, many of which I took advantage of. I'm a biology major, heavily involved with our health professions organization, and I am currently interviewing to attend medical school in the fall. Through HBO, I was able to participate in the Abigail Geisinger pre-medical shadowing program, and I spent the summer shadowing local physicians, many of whom are Scranton alumni. I've always been quite fond of the quote on the walls of Brendan Hall, "To whom much is given, much is expected," and chose to base my involvement at Scranton on giving to others. Some of my favorite activities included serving as a resident assistant for 2 years, first in GLM and now in Condren Hall, and as a teaching assistant for the courses Microbiology and Leadership and Civic Responsibility. Through these positions, I have been able to mentor younger students and to connect with people of all backgrounds and majors. I also was able to pursue my passion for service. I participated in a domestic service trip to Washington, D.C., focusing on food insecurity issues in our country last spring break. This year, I was asked to lead a spring break service trip to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I also have the privilege of serving as the student volunteer manager for the Leahy Free Health Clinic and Food Pantry, scheduling and training other student volunteers to make sure that the needs of the community are always being met. The best part about the University of Scranton has been its caring community. The Jesuit quotes plastered all over the various buildings are not there for show. The faculty and staff truly embody them. In my sophomore year, my brother Brian passed away after a long battle with cancer. I was in the middle of organic chemistry and a million different responsibilities, and I did not want to attend school anymore. My mom pushed me to go back to campus, and I was blown away by the kindness and support of my professors and peers. If I had gone to any other school, I probably wouldn't be graduating on the traditional 4-year timeline. The presidential scholarship allowed me to fully pursue college without having to worry about being a financial burden to my parents who were already juggling hospital costs. I recognize that other students aren't as blessed as I am to have a full ride to school and might not be able to handle all of the college debt. I established the Brian Musto Scholarship Fund working with my sister-in-law Maria and my family. So far, we have raised almost $90,000. This fund is... Thank you. This fund is specifically for Scranton students facing illnesses. It might not be as substantial as a presidential scholarship, but I hope it lets students know that Scranton truly does care for the whole person. The best part of this Scranton community is this group of students behind me, who I am lucky to call some of my best friends on campus. We took leadership and civic responsibility together the summer after our first year, and we have continued a very active group chat and weekly lunch commitment. Many of us play on intramural sports teams, are roommates, and officers in the same clubs. First, we have Brian Martin, who is a philosophy and biology double major with minors in theology and biochemistry, who is very involved in the Center for Service and Social Justice trips, who is leading a trip this summer internationally, and Res Life. Next, we have Brian Kilner, who is a triple major in biochemistry, environmental science, and philosophy, who is passionate about Relay for Life Committee and student government. Colleen Rohr is a triple major in marketing, operations management, and philosophy, who is also completing a minor in business analytics. She is in business leadership and the president of our very successful women's rugby team. Zoe Haggerty is a double major in philosophy and theology with a biology minor. She is completing an internship at Myers, Bryer, and Kelly. She is a volunteer at Marley's Mission, which is a nonprofit that offers equine-assisted therapy to children who have experienced trauma, and she also serves as a head resident assistant. Megan Fabian is a double major in exercise science and philosophy with a theology minor and a concentration in nutrition. She has a guaranteed seat in the DPT program, she interns at Campus Ministries, and she studied abroad performing service in Uganda. Daniel Tartaglione has 2 undergraduate majors in mathematics and computer science and a master's in software engineering, all of which he's completing in 5 years. He is the security intern for Alliance Technology Group and very involved in the gaming club. Katie Donnelly is a double major in neuroscience and philosophy who has also completed a biochemistry minor. She attended 3 domestic outreach trips and 1 international service program trip to Baton Rouge, Homeboy, DC, and the Dominican Republic, and she served as a peer facilitator on the DC trip that I went on. She also has been very involved in CRISPR research with Dr. Kathleen Dwyer for 3 years. You may be noticing a pattern. We have very diverse interests, and our presidential scholarships let us pursue them. Next is Megan Dowd, who is a double major in biology and philosophy with a biochemistry minor. She is passionate about service at the Leahy Clinic and at a local hospice facility. And last, we have Josh Topp, who is double majoring in physics and biophysics with a math minor. He is involved in 2 ongoing research projects, one at Scranton investigating the material properties of ant exoskeletons, and one at Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine that deals with computational biology and investigating a new metric to assess the quality of protein models. This is not even half of the amazing things the class of 2020 Presidential Scholars has already done and will continue to do in the future. Each of us will become future leaders in the medical field, in law, in technology, in the business world, and in academia. On behalf of all of us, I want to thank you for your generosity that has opened up so many doors for each of us. Thank you for providing me with the gift of a Jesuit education, which I will take, and as St. Ignatius urged, go forth and set the world on fire.